Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Masida Raflia with student ID 24018029. I'm from K6 class. So, I want to practice about simultaneous and consecutive interpretation. Enjoy!
Teman-teman dengan celetukan anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah, baru dikritik-kritik langsung overthinking.
You have probably heard people say that Gen Z gives up easily and start overthinking after just a little bit of criticism.
Atau anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung feeling.
Or that kids these days, when they feel a little stressed, immediately go healing.
Lalu teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry, generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan.
And you have probably heard the term strawberry generation, a generation that looks nice on the outside but is fragile when facing pressure.
Kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua?
Why is Gen Z so often labeled as weak by older generation?
Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi?
Or is this happening because of a clash of values between generations?
Di video kali ini kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini.
In this video, we will explore the physiological and social side behind this weak label.
Aku Noal akan membantumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingin-tahuanmu.
I, Nawala, I will guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu Gen Z itu dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi baby boomer atau Gen X.
First, we need to understand that Gen Z grew up in an environment very different from baby boomers or Gen X.
Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi.
The label of weakness often given to Gen Z actually comes from comparing the lifestyles or different generations.
Generasi baby boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras.
Baby boomers and Gen X grew up in a tough era.
Stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan.
Economic stability was difficult, information was limited, and they had to work hard to survive.
Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital.
Meanwhile, Gen Z grew up in the digital era.
Serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi serba cemas.
Everything is fast, overflowing with information, and in many ways, anxiety-inducing.
Menurut Dr. Halim Gina, dalam teori helicopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter.
According to Dr. Haim Ginot, in the helicopter parenting theory widely studied in the developmental psychology, generations before Gen Z were often raised with more independent and authoritarian parenting styles.
Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem.
Meanwhile, many Gen Z individuals were raised with more protective parenting that focused heavily on self-esteem.
Dari kecil, mereka terus didengar dan dilindungi.
Since childhood, they were constantly listened to and protected.
Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri.
This is good for building confidence.
Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah,
But to older generation who are used to being taught, this may look like being spoiled.
karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga.
Because of these different lifestyle and parenting styles, each generation also handles problem differently.
Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
But these differences are often misunderstood as sign or weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain.
Second, according to 2022 study by the American Psychological Association, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to others.
Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native.
This is because Gen Z is a digital native generation.
Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet.
They have never known a world without the internet.
Tekanan di dunia maya seperti cyberbullying, FOMO atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama.
Online pressures like cyberbullying, FOMO, or fear of missing out, and unrealistic standards of success are real pressure that previous generations did not experience in the same way.
Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
So, when Gen Z seems stressed because of social media, older generations may see it as an unreal or trivial problem.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti.
Besides that, Gen Z is more aware of global crises such as pandemics, recession, and climate change, making the future feel uncertain.
Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini.
So it's not that they are weak, but that their psychological burden is far more complex, especially in today's non-stop information era.
Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental.
Interestingly, Gen Z is known as a generation that is more aware of mental health.
Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat.
In the past, stress was seen as normal, but now they dare to say, I need help, I need a break.
Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua,
According to research by Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is the most open to therapy and self-care compared to previous generation.
keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan.
For some parents, this openness actually looks like weakness.
Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
When in fact, it's a form of strength because they are brave enough to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres.
And according to 2021 study in the Indonesian Journal of Psychology, this emotional openness actually increase resilience and adaptability to stress.
Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi.
This naturally leads to clashes of values between generations.
Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z.
Berdasarkan what older generation consider strong doesn't necessarily match Gen Z's definition.
Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah.
Based on research by the APA for other generation, strength means staying silent and enduring problem.
Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan.
But for Gen Z, strength means acknowledging weaknesses and seeking help.
Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi.
What older generations call weakness is actually a higher awareness of mental health.
Gen Z lebih berani bilang, aku nggak baik-baik aja.
Gen Z is more willing to say, I'm not okay.
Itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru.
And that is a new form of courage.
Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
It shows they dare to face themselves and are more self-aware.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh.
Then according to studies by LinkedIn and Deloitte on Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic job is considered foolish.
Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun.
Unlike baby boomers who may be proud to stay in the same company for 30 years.
Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri.
Gen Z is more loyal to personal values, work-life balance, and self-growth.
Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah.
Meanwhile, to older generation, this attitude might look disloyal or easily giving up.
Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z,
Now imagine for a generation who used to struggle from nothing and work hard without complaining, that is a sign of strength. But for Gen Z,
keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas.
life balance and mental health are the priorities.
Jadi, yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda.
So the issue is not who is strong or weakness, but a clash of life values and survival strategies.
Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi.
Make no mistake, behind this stereotype, Gen Z also has incredible strengths. First, they adapt quickly to technological change.
Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi.
Second, they have high social empathy.
Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global.
Lastly, they dare to speak up about justice, equality, and global issues.
Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan. Jadi,
2024 Deloitte Global Survey event states that Gen Z is the most values generation and the most concerned about humanitarian and environmental issues.
mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
So maybe they are not weak but more sensitive and more human.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan.
Every generation has its own ways of surviving.
Gen Z bukan lemah,
Gen Z is not weak.
mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda.
They are simply fighting on a different battlefield.
Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas.
A battlefield filled with digital pressure, economic uncertainty, and awareness of global issues that cause anxiety.
Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik.
Conversely, we also need to understand that older generation were raised with values of survival and physical endurance.
Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka.
Their criticism, although annoying at times, often comes from worry and their own way of expressing care.
Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis
If you are Gen Z or maybe from an older generation, what do you think?
pendapatmu di kolom komentar. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe, biar makin banyak yang bisa mikir bareng.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can think together.
Aku Noala, stay curious, dan sampai jumpa.
I'm Nawala, stay curious and see you next time.